Okay, so I'm a little late to this party, but I'm feeling unusually vindictive. Let's take a few minutes to talk about a few things that are on my mind. First off, how come every time I turn on the radio I hear the same sorts of things? I listen to the BBC on a pretty regular basis. We're talking at least 45 minutes a day. And time again, I hear about politicians and members of the fucking church. Doesn't matter which church, they all have the same point of view. Talking about marriage. Now, not marriage the way that it actually exists in a legal fashion, but as it exists in this romantic, dark age version. First off, I'd like to point out that the word marriage is so widely misused that it's fucking ridiculous. If anyone wants to take a few minutes to flip through a couple of law books and see where the word marriage first appeared, you're going to understand what I'm trying to say here. Let me give you a Cliff Note version of the word marriage. Marriage is a union between two men agreeing to engage in a financial endeavor wherein both stand to profit by congealing land, mineral resources, and physical wealth. So, marriage then exists between two corporations. Not two people, two corporations. Northwest Airlines and Pam AM. They are a marriage. My neighbor and her pimp, they're not married. My sister and her beefcake of the week, they're not married. My mother and her 26 boyfriends, none of them are married. They're engaged in civil union. If you even want to continue to subscribe to this dark age shit. I'm going to have to do this video in black and white again because I'm fucking mad again. Okay. Thank you. So, marriage as it exists in our current vernacular is agreement between a couple to do... Why do you need to get a civil union again? Somebody help me out with this. Who gains what? There aren't still dowries, are there? Do I get paid for marrying someone? Of course I do. I talked to my cousin Joe about this. You get a tax write-off if you were engaged in a civil union. But it's not really a tax write-off. It's a tax incentive. Because the government isn't taxing me for being single. They're simply offering a gift to somebody who is in a potentially fertile relationship. Because they want to give money to people who want to have children. Because that way, that produces revenue in the future. And no one's going to have sex unless you pay them to do it. Porn stars have the right idea. You want to grab your local congressman by the fucking nads? Tell him you're not going to have sex unless he gives you $100,000. Maybe that will scare the piss out of him. God damn it, I can't believe I'm doing this again. So, this is fucking stupid to begin with. Because the real purpose of civil union is as a legal endeavor to create a net profit for corporations to begin with. People who are in civil union are supporting people who are married. Now, here's how this breaks down. Gaijin Goomba already talked briefly about this, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. There are cities across the world who their entire economy is based off of civil union. Almost the whole state of California's economy and Florida's economy are based off the idea that these are incredibly huge vacation spots used by people who are married. Las Vegas, Nevada, fucking gluttony capital of the Midwest. They like to say the world, it's not. The gluttony capital of the world is Shinjuku, Japan. You don't believe me? Check out the Dow Jones Industrial Average and see who has more money. Shinjuku outspends us about $5,000 to 1. Of course, that's in Zenny, so I don't know if that translates properly. Maybe it's like $6.5 to the Zenny, I don't know. I'm not going to waste my time looking it up. I don't fucking feel like it right now. Oh yeah, this video is going to get long and fast. So, I guess let's talk about a few other things. We've already talked about civil union. Next, I want to talk about love. Love doesn't exist. It never has. What does exist? Friendship and lust. Those are real. What is lust? Lust is a chemical reaction that's caused by our nose actually doing what it was designed to do and tracking chemical signatures across fairly broad distances, allowing us to detect individuals who possess pieces of genetic code that, when fused with our own, would be potentially useful. Chemistry, folks. That's real. Friendship. Friendship is a joint venture between multiple individuals to attempt at prosperity through the joining of their own personal strengths, be them physical, mental, or socioeconomical. Money is real. It exists almost exclusively on paper, but it's real. I know this because I don't have any. I have 3 jobs and I am negative $200 in the bank at the time which I'm making this video. I haven't bought anything for myself since I bought this computer. And, oh yeah, I love drinking bottled water, by the way. I spend $20 a month on bottled water. Oh my god, I'm so fucking mad. I can't believe this. I'm laughing. I'm so mad right now. Where was I? So, gay marriage. That seems to come up in the news pretty often. Why not allow it? Unilaterally. Everybody. Anybody. You want to marry? Do it. You want to marry a girl? Go ahead. You want to marry a man? Go ahead. You want to marry a dog? That's fine. A donkey? I don't care. Does it have a heartbeat? It doesn't need a heartbeat. Is it warm-blooded? I don't fucking care. You want to marry your car? That's alright. Take it to Florida. Have a vacation. Spend money. Get the economy rolling. Buy another car so you can trash the one you just married because it was made out of fiberglass and broke down within 10,000 miles. Fuck you, Ford Motors, by the way. And so long as I'm at it. Dodge, you can eat shit too. Okay, I'm going to have to cut that out. I bought a car a while back. It was a Dodge Neon 2001. Apparently, the thing was fished out of the Hudson Bay. And it took because the wheel bearings were covered in rust right off the assembly lot. And the first time I hit 65 miles per hour, my pistons broke through the hood of my car. I asked my mechanic about that. And he said, yeah, that happens. Okay. I'm never buying another car. I'm probably going to eat those words. I'm probably going to end up buying one sooner or later. But, oh my god, I'm not buying a Dodge again. Not buying a Ford either. So, what do I have left? I don't know. I don't care that much about cars. Anyway. Thank you very much. I feel slightly better about myself. Any of you out there who are still talking about getting married? Do yourself a favor and ask, why do you want to get married? What's in it for who? If you look into the history of marriage, marriage has always been treated as an exchange between families, an agreement between these individuals to share what they have. You see, that's what I was saying right at the beginning. If you want to talk about romance, and who doesn't like talking about romance? I don't like talking about romance. Who doesn't like talking about romance? Even if you look into it from a Shakespearean point of view, romance has never existed between a betrothed pair. It's always existed between reckless, fertile youths. Boy, I say that word a lot, don't I? So, if you want to be happy, don't marry. Have a lot of sex. Now, if you're worried about your bank account, then you might want to marry. Because according to U.S. state law, your domestic partner is not eligible to collect on your insurance if you die, unless you are holding a valid marriage certificate required to collect on your insurance upon your time of death. The fucked upality of this goes on forever. Now, do you want to talk about drugs? Because I'd love to talk about drugs. I don't do drugs. I haven't in years. After I turned 16, drinking was no longer fun. Smoking was no longer fun. I didn't see any reason to keep doing it. You know, it was all about image when I was in high school. If you want to hang out with anybody who's worth a damn, you gotta pick yourself a clique. And more often than not, you have to like the drugs they like, otherwise you don't fit into their clique. You want to hang out with guys who like to build cars? I don't, but maybe you do. I found out you had better like Budweiser, because everybody who likes to work on cars in Hudson, Wisconsin in 2001 liked Budweiser. And if you don't like Budweiser, you don't like cars. Fine. You like hanging out in the libraries? Well, you better smoke weed, because they won't let you through the door without some weed. You like the color black? I hope you smoke. I like black, but I don't smoke, so I'm going to call that quits. If you play D&D, it doesn't matter what you do. Chances are you're all hyped up on ephedrine anyway. Oh, drugs! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. No, another time. I'll make that its own video. I actually think I already did make that a video. I think I made that in my video to Dayton, where I said legalize every drug on the face of the planet, then clean it and tax it. Profit! You want to make money? Buy all the drugs in the world and then sell them right back. What do you think, USA? Thank you. Good night.